Did you think April was already wild enough? With the solar eclipse, North Node, and Chiron all meeting in divine masculine Aries? Well, honey, you ain't seen nothing yet. Prepare yourself for the most powerful transit of 2024. Uranus and Jupiter are about to conjoin at 21 degrees of divine feminine energy, Taurus, on April 20th. And this is going to kick off a whole new creation cycle. Resources will be created, beauty will be birthed. And this particular conjunction has only happened 5 times in the past 1,000 years. The last time we saw this conjunction was in 1941, and we won't see this conjunction again until 2107. So I hope you're prepared for some quantum leaps. I hope this video finds you and acts as a guide. But before we talk more about this transit and get into each sign's reading, I have one special card for you. And that's the subscribe card. Subscribe for more readings that will enlighten your life. All right, let's start with the overall energy for this transit. Tauran energy is represented in the tarot by the Empress. She is all about growth and expansion, often pictured as with child in many tarot decks. She's about lushness and beauty and creativity and resources. You better come with the money, honey, if you're dealing with Taurus. But specifically, this transit is happening at 21 degrees, or the third decan of Taurus, and that's represented by the Seven of Pentacles card in the tarot. A card of harvest, rewards, results, progress, and perseverance. If you've been putting in the work, it's time for you to get paid. But it's also a card of long-term vision over short-term gains. And we're going to be in this particular transit's energy for the next 13 and a half, 14 years. Seeds you've planted in the past, you should be seeing the rewards, reaping the rewards at this point. And now it's time to really kind of shake things up and kind of take it in a whole new direction, because there is growth potential here, boy, with the energy of Uranus. That's Aquarian energy. We are being called to make a quantum leap because it's being joined together with the benefic planet of Jupiter, which just grows everything much, much larger. So there's a new beginning that's happening for us right now that's going to inform the next 14 years of growth and abundance in our life and really shake things up, particularly in a way that might involve technology or might give back to the larger community. So in preparation for the 20th, you need to start making sure you believe in new beginnings. Think about giving back to your community in meaningful ways. Explore expression and creativity. Get ready to challenge your beliefs, fears, and habits as you ground yourself in true Empress nature. All right, now we're going to get to each of the 12 signs and how this might be impacting you specifically. And we're going to start today with Taurus. So Taurus, this is impacting your first house. So expect a big shakeup that really changes who you are over the next 14 years. That first house is all about identity. It's who you are at your core. It's how you want to be seen. And when I pulled cards for you, I got the 8 of Cups with the Emperor. So this might mean that we are walking away from something that once meant a whole lot to us, but now no longer is serving who we are in this moment, and starting to build our own empires, starting to really step into this Aries energy that has really kicked off the month. Or we might literally be walking away from defining ourselves by this masculine energy. So Taurus, this could mean a whole new you, honey. You could be stepping into your power and stepping away from a past identity, or literally stepping away from that masculine energy and really embracing your Taurian lusciousness. So what you might want to consider deeply this week is who you've been and how that served you well, and who you want to become that will serve you more in the upcoming 14 years. Gemini, you might be having a whole new expansion into the spiritual realm or awakening to some really expanded and sort of wacky spiritual gifts. This transit's hitting your 12th house. This is the house of the collective consciousness, spirituality, dreams, your subconscious mind, and connection to what's greater than yourself. And the tarot cards that I got from this were the 5 of Wands and the Star. The Five of Wands indicates some real inner turmoil, particularly in this depiction of the card where we've got the snake of temptation sort of wiggling around these wands. So likely you're going through some deep inner conflicts here. Big changes. In regards to spirituality, the star is all about connecting spiritually, having the faith, knowing that your dreams, your wishes, they do manifest your reality. So you might see a whole lot of expansion and a little bit of wackiness in ways that you wouldn't have expected before, particularly in the spiritual realm. And I think this is going to create a little bit of inner turmoil, but keep the faith. This is happening for a reason. Cancer, this transit is hitting your 11th house. So expect a big shakeup and a lot of expansion when it comes to technology or your role as in relationship to the community, to the greater good. For your cards, you got Six of Wands, the energy of beauty, the energy of success, Tiferet energy, balance, paired with the Page of Swords, the energy of communication, and specifically in modern day, online communication. So Cancer, this might be really opening up a whole new realm for you in regards to success in the online world or success with technology or online communication of some kind. This could specifically be social media. But expect a lot of expansion in regards to your ability to be successful through online adventures, through technology, maybe technology you're not even familiar with right now. You're going to be growing in that regard over the next 14 years. Now, Leo, this has a potential for lots of abundance because this transit is hitting your 10th house, the house of occupations and how you show up in the world. And I think this transit is expanding doors to you, Leo, that you never thought would have been open to you before. But it's like spirit or the universe is sort of just reaching down and going like, try this. For your cards, I got the Judgment card and Queen of Wands. Now, the Judgment is all about hearing the call from the universe. It literally is about the universe sort of trumpeting something in new for you, something that you would likely not really expect. But you're feeling this strong pull, this strong drive to show up in your feminine energy here, Leo, with Queen of Wands. This is feminine fire sign energy. And I love me a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is the energy of the really manifestation, and to me, the best manifester of the queens in the tarot. And she doesn't give a flying flip what anybody says, anybody thinks. She's going to do what she's going to do because she knows it's right for her. This is some boss baddie energy right here. So you're hearing the call maybe to even start a whole new business with Queen of Wands here, but you are hearing this call. Something is really calling your name over the next 14 years. And you are meant to take a look at that thing that's calling your name and just go for it. Take on that sort of energy of the Queen of Wands, know what you want and go after what you want. Forget all the naysayers. Now, Virgo, this transit is hitting your 9th house. This is the energy of travel or higher education, even spiritual teachings. So expect a big shakeup in this realm that really kind of expands your growth and expands your horizons. Now, when I pull cards for you, specifically, I get the Ace of Wands, a brand new, passionate beginning, and the High Priestess. So Virgo, I think you are getting a passionate, new, creative, exciting start in something that is going to be very spiritually aligned to you, that is going to challenge your spiritual beliefs, that is going to ask that you really, truly, deeply connect with Source, because the High Priestess, she is the one who can cross the abyss to Source energy itself. And with this transit hitting your 9th house, this expansion into your spiritual side, into your spiritual education, I think is really going to shake things up in your life. You may not have been so spiritual before, or maybe you've already been having kind of like certain thoughts in regards to spirituality. Oh no, this is a whole new spiritual gift, it looks like, that's on its way. Maybe even a spiritual mentor. Could be a Pisces. Now, my Libra friends, this conjunction's actually hitting your 8th house. This is the house of like other people's money, inheritance, death and rebirth, sexual energy. For you specifically, this might have to do with expansion and shaking up of what you speak into being, what you literally allow to die away so that new can be born. Because the 2 cards I got for you were the King of Swords, masculine air sign energy, so that's you, Libra, and the Magician, Gemini energy, typically. I love that this particular card really emphasizes the Taurus that we're dealing with, since she is with child here, although we have lots of Cancer signs on this, as well as Leo. So I think with these 2 combined, we are really seeing an expansion of you speaking into being what it is you want. The Magician is all about knowing that you have the tools at your disposal to create the reality that you desire. So you might actually be writing or communicating or doing something that allows like your old self to die away and allow a new self to be born. So you might really go through a pretty intense transformation here with all of this happening in the 8th house for you. And I think you're able to actually speak into being what it is you want to create and what you want to let go of. So Scorpio, this is actually hitting your 7th house, the house of relationships, marriage, partnerships. So you're going to see some shaking up of relationships, particularly primary romantic relationships. Doesn't have to be though, it can be business partnerships. And then you're going to see like expansion from that shakeup. When I pull cards for you, I get the Chariot and the 4 of Swords reversed. So this is charging in a whole new direction. And this is coming out of a period of healing, a period of being a bit of a recluse here with the 4 of Swords. So I think this shakeup in your 7th house is really going to put you on a whole new path where you're going to feel much more in control of your life. You might have been kind of isolated or feeling sort of isolated, whether you're in a relationship currently or not in a relationship currently, but you're about to step out of that period in a big way and really charge forward in a direction when it comes to your connections, when it comes to your partnerships, that is much more fulfilling, much more healing for you. And it's just going to feel like a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. So Sagittarius, this transit is hitting your 6th house of daily habits and health and everyday workaday stuff. But I think you're going to see this shakeup and this whole new expansion come to you in kind of an interesting way. Because when I pull cards for you, I get the Moon and the Ace of Wands. Now, literally for some of you, this could be pregnancy. Or it could be really listening in or tuning into your subconscious mind to take you on a new passion path when it comes to your daily habits, your daily life, or your health. Or it could be a new passionate beginning when it comes to your mental health and your mental well-being and the practices that you need to make sure that your subconscious and your mental health is well so that it manifests into a more beautiful conscious reality. Now, I think the muse is calling you, Capricorn, with this transit hitting your 5th house. This is the house of creative expression, can be physical pleasure, definitely about what makes you unique. And from the tarot cards, we have Judgment and the Fool. So Capricorn, as a fellow earth sign, I do think this transit might hit you a little bit stronger, especially since we have 2 major arcana cards here. But you're likely hearing the call about a brand new opportunity here with the Fool. You're ready to take a leap of faith when it comes to your creative expression, when it comes to your individuality. There's something very spiritual going on here with the Judgment where the universe is kind of stepping in and nudging you to take this leap of faith, Capricorn, and really just get wild with that creative spirit. Now, Aquarius, this transit is hitting your 4th house of home, your immediate family, siblings, and even past childhood trauma or past life issues. But I really see you sort of reconnecting maybe with family here. Because when I pull cards for you, I get the 9 of Wands reversed and the 5 of Pentacles reversed. The Nine of Wands is all about breaking down your barriers, really allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to let someone behind your walls. And we have the Five of Pentacles reversed, which is a card of coming in from out of the cold. So these two cards in regards to this particular transit in your fourth house kind of say to me that you might be welcoming back in a family member that maybe you haven't ever really let in before, or becoming close with a family member that you've never really been close to before. This looks like really opening up, being vulnerable with one another, and really allowing each other back in from kind of feeling left out in the cold by one another. This also could dealing with inner child wounds of feeling sort of left out or abandoned, and really finally healing those wounds and putting those wounds or past life issues to rest once and for all by dealing with them openly and vulnerably. Pisces, this transit is hitting your third house. This is the house of communication, also a house of like sharing. And I think it's really funny that I actually got 3 cards for you. So we have the Ace of Swords here, which is all about clarity and clarity in communication and really planting the seed of very clear communication. And then we have the Queen of Wands and the Six of Cups. So I feel like this is really clear communication. You're planting the seed of that now. It's really going to manifest in your life. This energy, this expansion is going to be in the area of communication, particularly when you're talking about the things that you know you want and that you are planning to go after with the Queen of Wands here. And then also in communicating what makes you feel really connected. Six of Cups is like the energy of like home and family. Definitely could be sharing here, particularly with this depiction. So real clear communication over the next 14 years. This is where you're going to see a lot of expansion in regards to what you desire, making it kind of come true, and how that really speaks to making you feel at home and at ease, and maybe even healing some past life things. But not least are my Aries friends. Aries, this is hitting your second house of resources, abundance, and growth and beauty. So you're going to see a lot of sort of shakeup and expansion in this area of your life. In fact, I think you'll be seeing a lot of movement, a lot of communication when it comes to normal apathy that you might kind of feel about money and resources and chasing those things down. I think you're going to see a real shift in your energy here where you're likely going to realize that feeling gratitude is really the key to moving towards your most abundant timeline here, the timeline where you have the most resources, the most access to your creativity and your expansion and growth. So I'd expect to see you have some new gratitude practices maybe, or just start getting maybe into meditation or yoga here to allow you to actually progress very strongly, very quickly towards your abundance, towards this sort of second house resource area where you're really bringing things into yourself, lots of expansion, lots of change from your prior self. That's what I have for all 12 of my signs today. I hope this was incredibly helpful for you. I do hope you'll stick around for this next reading here. And please do like and subscribe this video if it was helpful. It's a huge help to this channel's growth. And thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you next time.